If someone had told me 5 years ago that I would one day live with only what I truly needed, I would have laughed. I used to be the kind of person who collected things, clothes, books, gadgets, decorations. My room was full of stuff, yet somehow I never felt complete. I thought owning more meant being more. But one ordinary weekend, everything changed, and I began an unexpected journey toward minimalism. A journey that taught me not only how to live better, but also how to think better. It started when I decided to clean my apartment. At first, it was just a simple task. Rearrange a few things, throw out what I didn't use. But as I opened closets and drawers, I realized how much I had been hiding, not just physical clutter, but emotional clutter too. There were clothes I never wore but kept just in case, old gifts I didn't like but felt guilty throwing away. Notebooks filled with forgotten dreams, and dozens of trinkets that once seemed meaningful but now collected dust. I sat on the floor surrounded by piles of my possessions. My heart felt heavy. Why do I have all of this? I whispered to myself. That moment became the quiet beginning of transformation. Later that evening, I watched a short documentary about minimalism. One line struck me deeply. The things you own end up owning you. It made me think of how much time, money, and energy I had spent maintaining my stuff, cleaning it, organizing it, worrying about losing it. And for what? I realized that possessions had become a distraction from what really mattered: peace, freedom, and purpose. So I made a bold decision. For 1 week, I would challenge myself to live with less. I started small. I packed away most of my clothes, keeping only what I truly loved and used. I deleted unused apps from my phone, unsubscribed from online stores, and cleaned my desk until it held only my laptop, a notebook, and a cup of tea. At first, the empty space felt strange, almost uncomfortable. I missed the clutter. I missed the illusion of abundance. But soon, I began to feel something new. Clarity. With fewer distractions, I noticed things I had ignored for years. The morning sunlight spilling across my floor. The soft sound of pages turning when I read. The simple joy of cooking a meal without rushing. One night, while writing in my English journal, I found myself describing the feeling. Minimalism is not about owning less. It's about making space for more time, more focus, more peace. It became a powerful sentence that guided me forward. Over the next few months, my experiment turned into a lifestyle. I gave away books I had already read to people who might need them more. I donated clothes, old electronics, and even furniture. Each item I released made me feel lighter, freer. But the biggest change wasn't around me, it was inside me. Minimalism taught me to be more intentional, not only with possessions, but also with language, thoughts, and relationships. I started applying minimalism to my English learning too. Instead of memorizing dozens of words every day, I focused on a few that truly resonated with me. Instead of rushing through grammar exercises, I slowed down to understand the why behind each rule. I practiced speaking less, but expressing more. This simple mindset shift made my English journey far more enjoyable and more effective. I realized that minimalism isn't just about design or lifestyle. It's a philosophy that can shape every part of your life. One weekend, I visited a friend's house. She looked around my half-empty apartment and said, half jokingly, "Where's all your stuff?" I smiled. "Gone," I said, "and so is my stress." She laughed but also looked thoughtful. "I wish I could do that." "You can," I said. "It starts with one drawer, one shelf, one choice." That conversation reminded me how small steps can lead to big change. There were moments, of course, when I missed my old life, the comfort of buying something new, the excitement of collecting, the security of having. But then I'd remember how free I felt without it all. Now, my home is simple: a few plants, a wooden table, a stack of books I love, and art that inspires me. Each thing I own has meaning. Each space has purpose. And because my surroundings are calm, my mind feels calmer too. I no longer chase what I don't need. I no longer define myself by what I have. Minimalism has become more than a lifestyle. It's a language of gratitude, simplicity, and mindfulness. Sometimes I still hear the old voice in my head whisper, "Maybe you need more." But then another voice, quieter and wiser, answers, "No. You just need to appreciate what you already have." That's when I realize how far I've come. Minimalism didn't make my life perfect. It made it peaceful. It taught me that fulfillment doesn't come from accumulation, but from appreciation. It reminded me that space is not emptiness, it's opportunity. Now, when I teach others about minimalism or write stories in English, I often share one line that defines my journey. I used to fill my life with things. Now I fill it with meaning. That's the art of living simply and the essence of learning deeply.